connectivity issues, but we're now back here with Madison Prep versus Prestonwood. We have about 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the opening period. Madison Prep ahead 13-11 right now on Prestonwood. Perry, perhaps you can catch some of us up on some of what our audience missed during the first few minutes.
Sure. That fouls on Jarrell Martin. That's his first of the evening. Jarrell Martin has a total of 10 points, 10 of the Chargers, 15 points. Oh, 10 of the Chargers, 11 points. I think.
11, yeah, I'm sorry. 10 yes.
10 of the Chargers, 11 points. And for Prestonwood, Julius Randall, the #1 rated player in the class of 2013. He has a total of 4 points and 4 rebounds.
Wow. So it sounds like it's going to be a good mano-a-mano. Mano-a-mano.
That's his 5th rebound, Randall. 5th rebound for Julius Randall. As he goes. Oh, my goodness. That was special, Eric.
Oh, wow. Those of you at home, I think, that might have just been out of your screenshot. We just saw, was that Randall?
That's Julius Randall.
Just went from the root of the tutor. Brandon Sampson from downtown, no good. 18-11, Prestonwood on top.
6 rebounds for Randall.
Oh, my goodness, another coast-to-coast. This team really plays with some speed. Marquette Botley. Going from coast-to-coast, laying it up and in. 20-11, Prestonwood on top.
Good job by Coach Jones to get a timeout there. Jarrell Martin had gone to the bench for the Chargers, and we saw that lead extend from a 4-point lead to what we have now, a 9-point lead for the Prestonwood Lions. So now it looks as though Coach Jones is going to try to get Jarrell a rest during this timeout. I think that out of the timeout, you'll see Jarrell Martin back on the court for the Chargers. No, he's going to leave him on the bench for a while. Right. Down by 9. Let's see how the Chargers react here. Now, again, we've got a freshman, Delvin Spann, in the game for the Chargers.
Right.
Along with freshman Yurik Lazar. You've got sophomore Brandon Sampson, senior All-State forward Chad Williams, and the senior guard Dwayne Dinkins.
So Delvin Spann, he left it on the ground. He lost it. Good job by Yurik Lazar to pick it up, and it's stolen. Stolen by Shane Missimo. And here comes Julius Randall going to work with a double punch up. Oh my goodness! Oh, this is a special talent, buddy.
Yeah, Jarrell Martin's going to the table now for the Chargers. Coach Jones can't allow that to happen too often.
Spann passes over. Brandon Sampson with the basketball. Over to Dinkins. Dinkins steps up, passes. Oh boy, Delvin Spann wasn't ready for that. And checking in will be Justin Garner and Jarrell Martin. Checking out will be Delvin Spann and Yurik Lazard. And, yeah.
Tell you what, though, who's really been impressive, of course, the #1 rated player in the class of 2013, Julius Randall, is impressive. But so is Taylor, number 10 for Prestonwood. He's knocked down 2 threes for the Lions. Chad Williams with the rebound.
Garner from half court. No good. Wow, so at the end of the first period, the score, your Madison Prep Academy Chargers trailing Prestonwood 22-11. Welcome to the big show, Madison Prep.
Hey, this is clearly the most talented team that we've seen so far this season, Eric.
Right.
This is going to be a great challenge for the Chargers. I'm sure Coach Jones wouldn't have wanted it any other way. You drive 7 hours, you want to play a high-quality opponent.
Right.
So this is what we came here for. We're not going to see this type of talent in Class B in Louisiana.
No, I don't think we'll see anything remotely even close to that. Maybe we play Glen Oaks or Scotlandville perhaps, but I got to say I'm very impressed with this Prestonwood team.
Those of you that just tuned in, the Scotlandville Hornets played the game just before us against Woodrow Wilson out of Dallas, the Dallas metropolitan area here. Woodrow Wilson won by about 12 points here?
Yes, about 11, 12 points, something like that. They pushed it open in the end, but Scotlandville was in it. Actually led at halftime.
So they'll be back tomorrow. Scotlandville and Coach Carlos Sample, the Class 5A state champions from Louisiana, will play again tomorrow. I think tomorrow they have an early game. They have a 2:30 game, the same time that we're playing now.
So back to the action. I'm sure at home you're probably wondering where the action is. Back to the action. Madison Prep with the basketball. Jerome Martin kicks out for Gardner. Gardner over to Jenkins. Jenkins swings it to Brandon Sampson. Sampson with the basketball. Back to Jenkins. Jenkins holding the ball over there to Brandon Sampson from way downtown. There's Brandon Sampson for about 22 feet. I guess he can do just fine everywhere but Madison Avenue, it looks like.
Looks like it. He's still struggling in the home gym, but we're going to need his outside shot if we're going to win this game here.
Madison Prep cuts the lead down 22-14.
And it was interesting to see the Chargers come out and be very patient out of the offensive end. Looks like they don't want to get into an up and down game with this Prestonwood Lion team. Prestonwood. I keep calling him Prestonwood.
Julius Randall passes out. Missimo from downtown. Clang, no good. And, Chad Williams got hit in the face, lost his glasses. And in the meanwhile, the equipment malfunction, Jacob Mathis was able to come underneath, take the ball, and put it into the hoop. So Prestonwood extends their lead to 10 points, 24-14, with 6 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the second period.
And Chad Williams clearly had that rebound, and he just inadvertent contact knocked his glasses off, and he had to grab his glasses.
And you can't play if you can't see. Jenkins over to Garner from downtown, way short, big air ball. Julius Randall rebound.
You're going to get those type of players out of a freshman.
Yep, absolutely. Randall over to that's Peters. Peters back to Randall. Randall pump fakes. Will Gardner bit on it, but stayed with him. Back to Peters. Peters steps up in the lane. 1-2 step, floats it. No good. We have a whistle.
Yeah, I think the referee anticipated the call there, and it didn't look like much contact from up here. However, he's got a much better angle than we do here.
Well, it's like the movie Minority Report. It's like it's a future file.
File to be named later.
Right. Well, one good thing about basketball, especially when it's early enough, I'm sure the officials, if they feel they made a mistake, can come up with a makeup call. So anyway, Peters at the line. He misses the first one.
They didn't do that.
We don't do makeup calls.
Brooks the second one, but it kind of dribbles into the hole. So Preston with 25, Madison Prep 14.
And checking in for the first time for the Chargers is Dedrick Freeman.
Garner. Bounce pass near the elbow, passes back to Jenkins. Jenkins swings it to Brandon Sampson. Sampson from way downtown is Jerome Martin. Rims out no good. Rebound by Prestonwood. That is Marcan Botley with the rebound.
Chargers are in their 1-3-1 defense with Justin Garner playing the top of the zone.
Julius Randall with some ball moves, tied up by Sampson and Freeman. Finally gets it out though as they swing it. Peters swings it over to Botley. Botley from the left wing from about 16 feet, no good. Rebound, Dedrick Freeman.
Dedrick Freeman got that rebound without ever leaving the ground. You've got to get in the habit of jumping for the ball.
Right. He just happened to be uncontested from the left elbow. Freeman good from 16 feet. Madison Prep cuts it down to 9 points, 25-16 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the half.
Coach Jones is extending the defense for the Chargers. They've extended it to half court, and they've gone to their 2-2-1 trapping defense.
Peters swings it over in the corner to Taylor. Now Botley with the ball. Flips it over to Buddy Kennedy.
Deflected by Sampson, goes out of bounds. It'll be Prestonwood ball.
So Prestonwood will inbound. It's Julius Randall will inbound. Botley with the ball. Botley goes to the legs. Bounce pass over to Taylor. Taylor to Peters. Back to Botley. Botley to Randall. Randall going to the lane. He Peter rolls Jerome Martin. And they're going to call a block on Martin. Wow.
That's Jerome Martin's second foul. So it's going to be interesting to see how the big guy finishes out this quarter with those 2 fouls. Will Coach Jones allow him to stay in the entire time, or will he try to steal a couple of minutes? When he goes out of the game, though, Julius Randle seems to have his way. So I'm not sure how long we can afford to have him off the court, but it looks at the moment that Coach Jones has elected to leave him in, and he's going to trust the big guy.
I don't think he has much of a choice, and quite frankly, I thought that should have been a charge myself. Maybe that'll go the other way next time. I don't know. I did not see any movement from Jarrell Martin underneath, and this is not the NBA. There's no interference zone, so that bucket is
no good.
So so he's saying it was in the act of shooting.
Yeah.
Of course, it's way too early for a 1-and-1. That's just the 14
continuation.
Mr. Daniels telling us it was a continuation in the act of shooting. 26-16.
Did I miss something? Are we in the second quarter?
We are in the second quarter.
Okay. I guess it did.
And if you're wanting discombobulation at home, folks, we did have loss of internet connection that, well, no internet for us, no internet for you all. We were off for most of the first quarter, so we apologize for that technical difficulty, but we are back to the action. That shot up and good, and Prestonwood, I did it myself. I'm sorry, Madison Prep rather cuts the lead down to 26-18.
Dedrick Freeman made that basket on the other end.
Nice job by Freeman. I'm wondering if they're going to put Cordell Robinson in the game at some point. He definitely had a lot of, kept the team up with a lot of hustle.
Cordell Robinson started the game for the Chargers.
Okay.
Had 2 points and a rebound.
All right. From downtown, Smith, no good. I'm sorry, not Smith Taylor. That was Chaz Taylor who missed that. Garner brings it across half court. Flips it up. That's Dedrick Freeman. Oh, boy, he might have got away with a carry. Freeman in the post. Passes to Jarrell Martin. Jarrell Martin steps up inside. Brought it by Randall. Oh, he tried to go off the backboard. No good. Rebound by Botley. Botley bringing it down court to Julius Randle. And he's, good. Dwayne Dinkins grabbed Randall's arm and left it to basically trade a foul to keep him from getting the basket. And Randall almost put that ball in the hole, even though, Dwayne Dinkins was draped all over him like a cheap suit.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it did work out for the Chargers, and they will force Randall to earn from the line with 2 shots.
Didn't look like they reported that foul on Dwayne.
Oh, did they not?
Looks like they reported it on Dedrick Freeman. However, I'm not exactly sure. He didn't seem like he was near the plate.
No, I thought Dwayne grabbed him, but get the shooters roll.
I'm going to follow your lead, tentatively give it to Dwayne.
Yeah. 28-18.
Did Randall make them both?
He did, yes. 28-18. Sampson coming through. So with a 3-point bucket. And we have a whistle, and we have a timeout. It had to be Prestonwood to call it, yeah. Yeah.
You know what, though? The Chargers have taken a pretty solid lick on the chin here. And they're still only down by 7 points.
Still in the game.
Yeah, so there's nobody really hurt here. I'm sure Coach Jones is going to organize them. They've had huge third quarters coming out of games so far this season. So maybe once we get to halftime, if we can keep this around this lead or close the lead, I feel pretty solid about what we can do from here.
Well, let's hope we can keep it going, keep the momentum up. They've at least appeared to have stopped the bleeding. It's because it was 10 points. It was starting to get away at one point. It's now a 7-point game. That is not a football score. If you're looking at home, that is in fact a basketball score. 28-21, and Madison Prep will return. Prestonwood will have possession of the basketball when the action resumes again very shortly. We have 3 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
And on the court for the Chargers is Dwayne Dinkins, Chad Williams, Brandon Sampson, Dedrick Freeman, and the big guy, Jarrell Martin.
So the ball is inbounded. Marquand Botley with the basketball.
Back to the 1-3-1 zone. They did extend it to half court, though, coming out of the timeout.
So it's Peters, Randall, Kennedy, and Missimo for the Lions. Jarrell Martin steps up, elevates, and Julius Randle. I don't think I've ever seen Jarrell Martin on his way to the basket forced to turn around the way he did. But he did get the foul, and that's what counts. And that will send the big guy to the line to shoot two.
I've seen a couple of things out of Jarrell Martin that I've never seen before, and that was one of them, Eric.
Right.
You know, so it's good to see how he's going to react to this type of talent.
That's just it. He can expect this and more at the next level of basketball. So this is all good, and he's still held his own regardless.
Sure. But the SEC is full of players like this.
Exactly. So this is definitely a good tune-up for Mr. Jarrell Martin. Motley with the basketball. Prestonwood taking it up 2:37 to go in the first half. Passes over to Evan Peters. Peters back to Marquand Botley. Peters. Holding the ball, back to Botley. Looks like they're trying to milk the clock. Botley from the left elbow, good. A nice 15-foot jumper for Marquand Botley.
He shot that with a lot of confidence here.
I believe Coach Jones would say he committed to SMU already, so very talented point guard, if I remember correctly. That's got to be. You can see the skills on the court. If not, they should be looking at him.
That's right.
Take a teammate
somewhere at that level.
Yeah. Jarrell Martin with the ball, picks up his dribble, 1:51 to go in the period. Sampson puts it on the ground. Back to Dinkins. Dinkins back to Sampson.
One thing that I haven't seen the Chargers do, we have not gotten the ball.
Brandon Sampson, boy, he had an excellent look from about 24 feet. And Randall from Maruda to the tutor. Picked up the rebound off the missed basket by Brandon Sampson and took it all the way from coast to coast. Julius Randle, there the skills right there, and the crowd is loving it. 32-23. Prestonwood top stolen by Peters. And Randle is going to go to the hoop no good. I'm sorry, that was stolen by Buddy Kennedy, not Peters. That was the third foul on Jarrell Martin. He's going to have to come out of this game.
He's got to come out now.
He's not going to pick up a foolish foul with 1:08 remaining.
Coach Jones quickly gets Cordell Robinson to the bench. Randle has 12 points, 6 rebounds so far this game.
33-23. 1:08 to go in the quarter. And Randall sinks his second one. No surprise there. So 34-23.
Chargers, look for the Chargers to milk the clock here. No, they go right inside to Cordell Robinson.
Cordell Robinson from about 8 feet.
Who's too young to know any better, Eric.
Hey, you know what though? He got that hook shot off the glass and in. Let me tell you something. If you feel comfortable with your hook shot, it's very hard to defend. Almost impossible to defend. You can't block it.
That's right.
You know, unless you're 12 inches taller than your opponent. Brandon Sampson with the steal. Passes up, tried to get it to Chad Williams, but it's disrupted by DJ McGee of Prestonwood.
Two things. You can't pass the ball across the lane on a break like that. Chad Williams is fast enough where he has to get in front of the basketball on that break. He tried to run alongside Brandon Sampson, and that's just not going to work.
Williams inbounds to the Sampson. Sampson with a ball fake, picks it up though, bounces over to Dwayne Dinkins. Dinkins with ball passes, flips it hard to Yurt Lazard, and good. Yurt Lazard on the assist from Dwayne Dinkins, and Madison puts it back down to 7.
Great look by Dwayne Dinkins. We need that type of play out of our senior guard.
Botley back to Shane Missimo. Missimo back to Botley. Botley, bounce pass in the corner from McGee, no good. Rebound by Cordell Robertson, and at the end of the period, the score. Your Madison Prep Chargers trailing at the half by the score of 34-27, trailing Prestonwood. Harry, anything really standing out there?
Yes, Julius Randle's really good.
What you think?
Let's talk about the obvious.
Yeah, I was slightly impressed with his performance. So Madison Prep, just to catch everybody up, travels here to Dallas, Texas. We're here at Duncanville High School for their 2012 Hoop Jam. Madison Prep came in. They fell down by as many as 11 points, but since then have managed to hold their own with with Prestonwood, and have cut the lead down to 7 at the half. Jarrell Martin Perry, what do we have here for Jarrell?
Jarrell has a total of 11 points, 2 rebounds. And Julius Randle has a total of 13 points and 6 rebounds.
So I get the feeling, definitely looks like Julius Randle may be very well on his way to a double-double by the time everything is said and done. But some very exciting action nonetheless here in this first half of this game between the Madison Prep Chargers and the Prestonwood Lions. And I think we're due in for an exciting second half of basketball. I'm confident that Coach Jeff Jones can make the necessary adjustments.
Yeah. The important stat, though, here, Eric, is Julius Randle has 1 foul. Jarrell Martin has 3.
He's going to have to be very careful and very cautious and a lot more conservative in his style of play down the stretch.
And you know who's been awfully quiet that hasn't scratched other than 1 rebound?
Chad Williams.
All-State Chad Williams.
Yeah, he's been like a ghost almost, really neutralized. I don't know if they're holding him back or if he's maybe playing tentatively, but he has been extremely quiet. That's not something you expect to see.
No, one thing that I've noticed from that young man, with him being the quarterback of the football team and me being the offensive coordinator, that he needs to get comfortable.
Right.
And he's not quite comfortable in this new environment. This is probably the biggest showcase that he's ever played basketball on, although the semifinals was pretty huge.
Right.
But we're in a different state and just a different caliber of opponents. So maybe in the second half he'll find his way and contribute. We're going to need him to contribute, even if it's only on the rebound.
Right.
Keeping Julius Randle off the boards. So we'll see what strategy Coach Jones develops at halftime, and the Charger coaching staff, what adjustments they make to come out and try to close this lead. 7 points isn't a real bad job being down. This Prestonwood team is a lot more than just Julius Randle.
Right. Yeah. They clearly, Marquand Botley was definitely making a major impact of what he was doing with the basketball, just penetrating and driving. And some of their other players, their role players, are pretty darn good and pretty competent.
Yes, they knock down shots and they know their role. They're not trying to do too much, Eric. They're fulfilling their roles.
So we tried to get you early in the broadcast, Coach Jeff Jones's comments coming into this game before we had a loss of connection. But let's play those comments by Coach Jones about this matchup with Prestonwood coming into the day.
Our own Eric Hatfield here for LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com. I'm standing with Madison Prep Academy head basketball coach Jeff Jones. Coach, you guys made the 7-hour trip all the way here from Baton Rouge to face the best of the region. What do we know about this Prestonwood team?
They're a 5A school out in Texas. They have the number 2 ranked player in the country, Julius Randle. They also have a Division I point guard going to SMU, so it'll be a good test for us. They won the last 2 state titles out here, so it'll be a great test for us.
Now, I've been staying with a friend whose family lives in the Dallas area, and I've been hearing about this Julius Randle fella for much of the last couple of days. What do we know about him, strengths and weaknesses wise?
Strengths, he's got a motor. He runs the floor. He's powerful, he's strong, he's skilled. He's the number 2 ranked player in the country, so very good.
Not going to be a schlub under those circumstances.
So won't be like anything we've ever played.
Any idea where he committed?
He isn't committed yet.
All right. And so on our end, of course, we have our own very highly ranked player, Jarrell Martin. What will he need to do to stand out today?
Just play his game. He doesn't have to do anything special. Just do the things he's been doing, and he'll be all right. He'll be fine.
All right, Coach. Best of luck on the big stage.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll be set for tip-off in about 9 minutes here at LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com. Probably by the time you hear this, it'll be even less than that. Madison Prep Academy out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana versus Prestonwood. Texas, the Prestonwood Lions.
So, well, it was even less than that, as that was right before tip-off, as we got in touch with Madison Prep Academy head basketball coach Jeff Jones. So with Madison Prep trailing the Prestonwood Lions 34-27, I'm sure that Coach Jones is making the necessary adjustments at halftime to help his team come back in this game and advance to the winner's bracket. We will be back to the action in 2 minutes and 15 seconds. As you can see there on your screen, this is Eric Hatfield for Perry Daniels Sr. and Perry Daniels Jr. on Louisiana All-American-Sports.com. So we will be back to the action in about a minute. And the players are returning back onto the floor. This should be an exciting second half of basketball. I have a feeling the best is yet to come. Prestonwood is very well coached. I have to say I was very impressed with a lot of things from this team. I was impressed with their ball movement. I was impressed by how they were able to turn the speeds on and turn them off very quickly. This is a very good quality basketball team. No two ways about it. So we will be getting back to the action in a moment. That buzzer should be sounding. And we should be off to our second half of action here on Louisiana All-American-Sports.com. If you missed our broadcast from earlier today, also from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, was Coach Carlos Sample and his Scotlandville Hornets. They came in to face Woodrow Wilson, also from the Dallas, Texas area. Game was very close. Scotlandville, in fact, led at halftime. But in the end, it looks like Woodrow Wilson had just a little more, and Woodrow Wilson pulled away. The final score was a little misleading. I don't have it in front of me at the moment, but it was about an 11-point victory for Woodrow Wilson High School. There's the buzzer. The team should be back on the court very shortly. There is Prestonwood taking the court again, and here comes Madison Prep. Now, as Perry reminded you, Jarrell Martin is in fact in foul trouble. So he has 3 fouls, and if Madison Prep is to come back in this game, it is going to take a whole lot of Jarrell Martin putting it on Julius Randle and neutralizing his threat offensively. So anyway, here we go. Marquand Botley with the basketball. Passes over to, looks like Taylor. Taylor, back to Botley, to Misimo. Shane Misimo back to Botley. Swings it over to Chaz Taylor. Taylor flips it high to Misimo. Misimo bounces it back to Motley. Botley, I'm sorry, not Motley. Puts it on the ground. Taylor pump fake, Jarrell Martin all over. Here comes Julius Randle. Passes out to Botley from downtown. Woo! All net no rim. Marquand Botley from about 22 feet. And the lead is extended, 27-37. Here comes Dwayne Dankins with the ball. Madison Prep trailing by 10 here in the third quarter. Who hit that shot? Botley. Cordell Robertson passes to Jarrell Martin from 17 feet. Brings out no good. Nice job fighting for that rebound by Cordell Robertson. Couldn't put it through. He's trying to come strong, and Misimo is going to pick up the foul. He swatted him pretty well. So that will be the first team foul against Prestonwood, as Cordell Robertson, as he tried to go back up, was swatted by Shane Misimo of the Prestonwood Lions. Brandon Sampson will inbound the basketball.
Great job of hustling by Cordell Robertson, but he has no reason to dribble that ball right there.
Exactly. And that's going to come with experience, I'm sure. Dankins swings it to Martin. Martin goes, tries to go along the baseline. There's the whistle. And it looks like the big guy was fouled by Evan Peters, number 5.
Actually caught it on Julius.
Oh, good. Well, good if you're a Madison Prep fan. Folks in the Dallas area that tuned in, well, too bad, home cooking. Anyway, just kidding, enjoy the broadcast. Jarrell Martin puts it through. That will cut the lead down to 9 points, 37-28, as Madison Prep continues to scratch and claw and hold on in this ball game. He makes the second one, 29-37, so it is an 8-point game.
That's 13 points for Jarrell Martin on the night in the afternoon.
There's the floating pass to Misimo, out to Botley. Good swing pass by Botley to Peters. Goes over, stolen. Brandon Sampson. No, it's not stolen. Good recovery by Chaz. Oh, wow. Chaz Taylor on the assist to Julius Randle, who rocks the rim. 39-29 in favor of Prestonwood with 6:30 to go in the third period. Chad Williams, well, he looks bottled up. Pass to Jarrell Martin. Jarrell Martin steps up in the paint and good. Jarrell Martin.
This is why he's the big guy, Eric. He's going to try to put the charges on his shoulder and keep them in this game and lead them to victory.
He's saying, get on my back, I will take you where you need to go. And that is the mark of a star player.
So the Chargers are in their 2-1-2 defense.
Oh boy, Marquette and Botley from way downtown.
Botley's going to make it tough to stay in that 2-1-2.
Yeah, they're going to have to put a hand in his face at all times because he can really crush that. Oh boy. And that one slips away from Chad Williams. Rolls out of bounds. Dwayne Jenkins could not catch up to it in time.
And the way, as I was down there checking the official scorebook, Eric, I had a chance to yell at Coach Jones, and he mentioned that they were trying, and I told him that Chad Williams has got to show up. He says, Coach, I just told him that. I just told him that. So.
Randle over to Misimo, back to Julius Randle. Being guarded by Justin Garner. And he looks like he's not afraid.
He's too young to know any better, Aaron.
Sometimes that's a good thing stolen. Brandon Sampson, the ball ricochets. Sampson floats it. Oh, Jarrell Martin, he had the chance to stay on the rebound. Cordell Robinson puts it up, misses it. Gets the rebound, gets the second rebound. And Cordell Robinson. Wow, what a hustle by that young man, the freshman. With 2 putbacks, 3 rebounds, and finally gets the putback.
Great job by Cordell Robinson. I say it all the time. Good things happen when big men run the court.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He is. The funny thing is he's able to get better. Right. Shane Misimo with the ball.
The Chargers are still in their 2-1-2.
Oh, Julius Randle on the baseline, good. Oh, the length and the size of that kid, and the ability he has to just pull it all together. Jenkins over to Garner. Garner from the right wing. Air ball.
Air ball of the night. Yeah.
Jarrell Martin tried to save it, tried to bounce it off of Randle. Randle didn't fall for it. Here comes Botley. Botley passes over wide open. It's Peters, and he puts in a miserable shot. Rebound Jarrell Martin. 4:17 to go in the period. Martin, oh man, he almost went coast to coast. Got it. Oh wow. Julius Randle hanging from the rim. 46-33. Prestonwood really getting a foothold on the lead here. Yeah.
Julius Randle almost looked bored on that.
He did. He did. It's like, oh, I guess I'll let go. I guess I'll come down now. Jenkins with the ball over to Garner. Garner crosses over. Back to Jenkins. Davis, oh! Boy, trying to pass to Will Martin. Stolen by Botley. Botley, 5. So that'll send Marquette Botley to the line.
Fouls on Dwayne Jenkins. The second. And Coach Jones is leaving Chad Williams on the bench.
Chad Williams this is probably as ineffective as I've ever seen him. Botley does make the first foul shot.
In the game for the Chargers is Dedrick Freeman, Yurt Lazar, and Delvin Spann. Going to the bench is Cordell Robertson, Justin Garner, and the big guy, Jarrell Martin.
So, 15-point lead. It's getting real up in here. 3 minutes, 26 seconds to go in the period. Sampson with the ball. Passes over to Delvin Spann, who's in the game for the first time, I believe, since the first quarter. Sampson. Oh, a nice little stutter step move. Let's see what they call. It's going to be looks like a pushing foul on Missimo. Oh, 23. That's DJ McGee.
Eric, but Brandon Sampson had nowhere to go there. I don't know what he was doing. He put the ball on the ground, tried to go between two defenders. That's not a wise decision there.
I looked there like he was almost trying to fake him out. Like it looked like he was coming back towards the three-point line and trying to cut back in, and that's where the push was picked up.
Okay. Prestonwood's in a 2-3 zone.
Whoa, boy, Brandon Sampson had a good look at that one. Nice rebound by Dedrick Freeman off the glass and good.
Dedrick Freeman's come to play.
So Madison Prep will cut it down a little bit. 35-48. Swinging it. Bounce pass. Ran it. Nice job by Freeman establishing, trying to hold his position.
Here comes Jarrell Martin back into the game for the Chargers.
Did they call it a foul on Freeman?
No.
Okay, so it was a violation. Oh, wow, just kind of floated into Randall. Randall's trying to go over Jarrell Martin. Almost got away with it. And Martin fouls him. That was an ill-advised foul. And that's going to really hurt because that's his fourth personal.
He called on 24.
Yeah, he called Dedrick Freeman.
Oh, lucky break there. Lucky break there. That was a foul the Chargers could have ill-afforded to pick up.
That's Freeman's first.
Martin passes over to Sampson. Sampson, that's a blocking foul. I believe that is the correct call, too, on DJ McGee. I think that's his first personal foul.
Second on McGee.
Second on McGee. Dwayne Dankins will take it in from the backcourt. To Martin. Martin. Bounce passes. Delvin Spann over to Freeman. Freeman to Dankins. Dankins reaches out to Sampson from downtown. Oh, that's going to be a blocking foul. Is that in the act of shooting?
Foul while shooting the three.
So Brandon Sampson will go to the line and shoot three. You can tell that his opponents are respecting the three-point threat as they're even coming out to contest those three-point shots.
Yeah, but Brandon Sampson is clearly not having the type of game that we expected he would. This is a great showcase for him. In his first year of high school basketball, he's a sophomore. He sat out last year so that he could attend Madison Prep. And here he's on this stage, and I just thought that he would perform a lot better to where actually we were expecting him to be nationally ranked after this tournament. That may not happen.
Not if the offensive production doesn't pick up and some of the mental errors don't tone down a little bit. That's going to be awfully tough. Sampson
makes all three free throws, his 9th point of the night.
50-38.
Chargers extend their defense to three-quarter court, and it's a 1-2-1-1 track.
Well, they really had to work. Oh, again. Julius Randle on the assist from Marquand Butler as he just shakes the whole room. Wow.
24 points for Julius Randle.
Sampson to Dankins. Dankins with the ball. Sampson with a hand in his face. Oh boy, he badly overshot the net.
Yeah, he's pressing a little bit now. He sees the score. He knows Jarrell Martin's not in the game. He knows that Chad Williams isn't having a very good game.
Right.
So he knows that he's the scorer for the Chargers out there right now.
Oh, wow! Julius Randle on the assist from Marquand Butler in the alley-oop, and that extends the lead. Madison Prep now trailing 54-38. State. Oh my goodness gracious.
And Coach Jones may have to get a timeout here.
Yeah.
The body language of the Chargers, they look like they're questioning whether or not they belong here.
And I'll tell you, they need to stop the bleeding. I definitely think, we'll see what happens in this possession, but I would tend to agree that a stoppage of play will benefit the Chargers immensely. And, there's an awfully young group on the court. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 freshmen. Or is that 3 minute freshmen?
2 freshmen and a first-year player in Sampson. He's a sophomore, but it's his first-year high school basketball.
Right. The only upperclassman is Dinkins right now.
And Friedman's a senior.
Oh, okay, I did not know that. This is his first year on the Madison Prep team.
Right.
Still getting used to some of these new faces. So a blocking foul. And that's going to send Dwayne Dinkins to the line to shoot too.
That foul's on Missimo, his second.
Dinkins makes the first one. Dinkins sinks the second one, so cuts it back down to 14. Still a 5-possession game. Madison Prep's going to need a lot of things to go their way to come back. Marquand Botley rejected by Cordell Robertson. Nice fight for the ball.
Charger basketball.
Jacob Mathers was in the game for the first time, went up and lost possession. He might have picked up a foul.
He did. And the Chargers are shooting 1-1, which is a horrible foul for Prestonwood because we just walked down to the other end to the free throw line. Here you're up by 14. You've got a chance to blow this game wide open. And now you're walking in the distance of the court, the Chargers, to get 2 free throws on 1-1.
A distance they could not possibly cover because there's only a second and a half to go in the period. So you pretty much handed them 2 points and they can actually cut this down to a 2-possession game possibly.
Not a 2-possession game.
I mean, 4-possession game. Oh, wow. Right, they show up piling up, and that's the end of the first.
Giving the third quarter the score.
Madison Prep. Woo, boy, trailing Prestonwood 54-40.
And Justin Garner doesn't convert on the free throws as badly as we needed them.
Yeah, those two buckets would have helped out the Chargers quite a bit. So, Perry, well, go ahead, I'm sorry.
That wasn't the type of third quarter that we expected or were hoping for as Charger fans. However, you're 14 points down. It's not like this is an insurmountable lead, Eric. The Chargers look for them to extend their defense, maybe try to speed up the game a little bit, cause some turnovers. Early on, it didn't look like that they were taking that strategy. They wanted to slow the game down. But when you go down by 14, that may be the best advantage that you have. Try to get some easy buckets in transition.
What's the stat line
on 2 stars? Julius Randle has a total of 26 points and still 6 rebounds. I might have missed some rebounds that the third quarter. And for Jarrell Martin, we have 15 points and 3 rebounds. 4 fouls on Jarrell Martin, 2 on Julius Randle. Chargers inbound the ball.
So we are back to the action. Brandon Sampson with the ball. Baseline, Dinkins finds Sampson open. Sampson tries to shake DJ McGee, and there's a foul. Let's see what that's. Sampson got cracked. He got hit right in the face.
But hey, look, he's going to the line because we're in the bonus, and he knocked down 3 free throws just a moment ago. Maybe that's our way back into this game, Eric.
Could be. They sure did rack up a lot of fouls in that third period.
They did.
And a lot of silly fouls, a lot that were not the act of shooting, and not even when there was a threat to score points.
However, they were very evenly spread because there's no one with more than 2 on their team.
So, Sampson is actually sitting.
He's going to put in a Span, who's probably the best free throw shooter on the team.
Oh, yeah, I'd say definitely. I'd say the best open shot shooter, period, on this team.
Yes.
I'm really impressed with this kid and what he can do. Now, he is a freshman, too, correct?
He is a true freshman.
Makes his first. Makes the second. Money. Coming down the other end of the court.
So, Eric, how long do you leave Jarrell? Oh, he's out on. I was going to say, how long do you leave Jarrell Martin?
Can't do it too long.
He's on the court.
You can't take those fouls with you. Don't do it. Well, actually, he did not pick up that fourth foul.
That's right.
That was on Freeman. But Julius Randle right there to put the ball in the hole. 7:13 to go in the game, 56-42. Prestonwood on top of Madison Prep. Jarrell Martin, through the lane, you got to finish that. DJ McGee with the rebound. And so here come the Lions.
Chargers are in the man-to-man defense now, trying to take advantage of the two freshman guards being a lot quicker than Prestonwood.
Pass to the corner. That's Chaz Taylor, no good.
Dwayne Dinkins with the rebound.
6 minutes, 33 seconds to go. Span to Dinkins. Dinkins over to Jarrell Martin from downtown. No good. Rebound, Julius Randle.
And Julius Randle is on cruise control here.
Yeah.
And this is where we need Chad Williams. So
right.
Chad Williams could be inside, blocking him off the boards for those type of things.
You look at Chad Williams on the bench right now, and it looks like he's just in another place right now.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Jones is going to insert him back into the game.
Now, I couldn't help but look at your notes. See Duke, NC, Kentucky, Kansas. That's not this year's Final Four prediction. Is that actually the schools that have made offers to Julius Randle?
That's correct. That's correct. And the young man is averaging 21 points a game, 9.2 rebounds. So he's above his average in points and right on track for rebounds with a total of 7 for the night.
Holy moly.
So any one of those programs would be happy to have him, I'm sure.
Yeah, I thought it was a little early for your March Madness bracket.
Hey, but that's a good selection.
Yeah, I tell you, that wouldn't surprise me. Kentucky, Kansas, Duke, North Carolina. Those are your big four. Those are your holy grail of college basketball right there.
That's right. And that's what he's been narrowed down to.
Oh, boy. I think we'll be seeing him in an NBA uniform 2 years from now.
Sure.
Call me crazy.
How can we get LSU on the list?
They're going to have to win a lot of games and a lot of games and a lot of games. You know, it's interesting. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. Well, yeah, actually it was that long ago. 20 years ago, LSU was able to get a prize recruit from Texas named Shaquille O'Neal, who was one of the greatest players in college basketball. Well, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. We haven't gotten recruits like that from out of state probably since then, really. A couple of big in-state recruits, such as Jarrell Martin, but out of state, we've had a hard time getting them.
And that's going to happen until your program becomes a quality program.
Well, hopefully Coach Johnny Jones can bring some of that magic back to the PMAC. There's the pass to Misimo. Misimo to Julius Randle, being guarded by Jarrell Martin. Back to Misimo. Misimo over to Evan Peters. Back to Julius Randle.
Yeah, Prestonwood is in their stall game now.
In the corner, Misimo from the left wing. Good. 58-42. I think I'm going to call time of death right here, Barry.
I think it's a little early, Eric.
16 points, 5 minutes. Prep has got to start putting the ball in the hole now. Garner to Span. Back to Garner. They've got to get an open shot.
But here's the difference between this team and the other teams that we've played. This team, Prestonwood, has much better perimeter defense than the other teams that we've played.
And they're not having their way along the perimeter. Nice sky hook by Dedrick Freeman. That's another young guy with the hook shot here. Madison's pretty senior. I keep forgetting that. You forget that just because I didn't see him play last year doesn't mean we won the school. And was he at Madison Prep last year?
He was. He had transferred from another school. He had to sit out last year.
I see. Bartley, oh my goodness, he just lands on top of Delvin Spann. I do not see them adding points to the board.
Call it player control.
What's that?
Player control.
So that's a player control call, Mr. Daniels is telling me. Now, is that the same as a charge, or is that a foul? Okay.
Charge.
So that's going to go against Bartley, and kudos to Delvin Spann for holding his ground, you know?
Delvin Spann has a high IQ for a basketball player, for a freshman basketball player. He came up in the sports academy there in Baton Rouge, and we talked about homegrown talent at LSU. A number of LSU players have come through the sports academy. Big Baby Davis, Tyron Thomas. So, Tyrus Thomas.
Yeah. Jarrell Martin along the baseline. Where's Tyrus? He went to Sacramento. Bobcats for sure. We knew it was somebody with not a very good record.
Jarrell Martin goes to the line.
Martin. He can't quite get the roll.
We need those type of things. He's missed some shots that we need out of our star player.
Makes the second. So 45-58.
And the Chargers have dropped out of their zone trapping press, and they're just going to man-to-man this thing on out.
58-45. 3 minutes, 46 seconds to go. Madison Prep trailing by 13 points. One thing I can say, I guess Martin can afford to get a little more aggressive here. Oh, wow, he almost made it. Off-handed falling away, he almost made that.
Now, we need to convert here, Eric. Jarrell Martin needs to take this shot. We need to convert here, and we've got us a ball game.
Garnett in the corner for Delvin Spann. Oh, Delvin Spann for 3, and we have a 10-point game. So,
surprise, Coach Jones didn't get a timeout there.
Yeah, it makes 2 of us. That would have been the time for it. Kennedy back to Bartley. Bartley in the lane, floater. No good, rebound Delvin Spann. This is interesting. Not quite ready to call up the white flag yet. There's the alley-oop attempted from Gardner to Martin, and there's a foul. That's going to send Denton Freeman to the line to shoot 2. Very, very critical couple of shots coming up here for the Chargers.
Well, we need these free throws, and maybe the timeout will come after the free throws. Because to me, I would think you've got to get Brandon Sampson back into the game.
Right.
And even as bad as Chad Williams has played, I think you need him in here at crunch time.
I couldn't agree more. He's got to have something in his tank. Looks like Coach Jones is actually speaking to Chad Williams right now, but he's not going to the scorer's table. Freeman makes that one. Coach Jones not calling timeout. 50.
No timeout. 8-point lead.
50-58. There's a whistle. We don't call that. That's a touch on Jarrell Martin. That is a touch call. That has put Jarrell Martin. Coach Jones doesn't like that, and I can't say I blame him. And there's a nice pass from Randall, but they're going to swing it out. Peters over to Bartley. Back to Peters. Passes underneath to Daniel Tate. Haven't seen him at all so far. Julius Randall trying to put a move on Freeman, and he does, but Jarrell Martin's right there to wait for him. There's a shot from downtown by Tate. No good. Oh, man, looks like Freeman went over the back. So, repossession game still. Coach Jones now calls that timeout.
Okay. Not a bad. Good that he was able to save it to now. He's still only 8 points down.
Right.
So, hey, that's why he's down there, Eric.
And we're up here. Couldn't agree more.
So, out of this timeout, doesn't look like Brandon Sampson's coming back into the game. He may be done for the evening. Jarrell Martin has got to touch this ball here. He's our big-time player. He's our ticket. That's what got us here, so we need to make sure that he touches the ball. Somewhere on the block, Eric. I don't think he's touched the ball in the paint enough this game. He's been on the perimeter an awful lot. Now, fortunately for us and for him, he can play on the perimeter. But at 6'8" in high school basketball, you want him in the paint.
The other thing too here is that, you know, with so little time remaining, that the only risk of doing that is you risk picking up a cheap foul or something like that. But you have, you know, a few minutes to go in the game. It's now or never right now for the Chargers. It's time to turn it up. You can't take the fouls with you. So anyway, we are back to the action. Madison Prep trailing by 8 points to Prestonwood. With possession of the ball. 2 minutes to go in the game. Here we go. Dinkins passes over to Garner. Garner to Martin. Martin puts in the ground, crosses over. It's not penetrated. Garner with the basketball. Passes over to Span. Span can't find anybody. Passes back to Martin. Martin steps up, goes into the paint, like you said, got the foul. So missing it.
That's why Division I coaches travel all over the country to come to Madison Avenue to recruit that young man, Eric.
Wow, Jarrell Martin cutting it down to 6. We have a 2-possession game.
Who was that foul on? I missed it.
Missimo. At least that's what I saw. Yep, it was on number 15. Missimo. Oh, man, and Martin misses the foul shot. That hurts.
6-point game. Chargers back into their trapping defense.
Peters to Botley. Botley, they in the lane. Randall back to Botley. Being guarded by Garner. Peters. A spin move to Randall. Had Peters. Peters didn't know what to do with the ball. DJ McGee. Back to Julius Randall. I kind of like that, actually. It's only the 4th foul on Madison Prep.
Yeah, we've got fouls to give, but I noticed something there, though. Randall refused to go left there.
Yeah, I noticed they left it open.
And they left it open.
I think they must have picked up on that themselves.
Yes.
Now, if you're that highly recruited, that has to be something people have noticed. That doesn't go unnoticed.
Well, it depends, though. If you play inside on the block a lot,
right,
then you can go a whole season without that being noticed.
Well, that's interesting, and clearly Freeman noticed it. Because he right. He noticed it because Coach Jones noticed it. Because he left it wide open. He did not even attempt to go left. He picked up and went right. So let's see what happens now. 1:03 to go. Madison Prep is very much in the game.
They still have a couple of fouls to give here as well.
Peters wide open. Okay, the refs are swallowing the whistles here.
That's okay. Be more aggressive at getting the ball.
Dwayne Dinkins finally does pick up the foul. That's the team's 5th.
Dwayne Dinkins 3rd.
So they also have to be a little selective about who takes those fouls. But the next foul will put Prestonwood into the bonus. Randall being kind of double. Oh, that was their chance. The ball was loose for a moment. Botley. Bounce pass to a wide. Shane Missimo did not take the shot. That could have been the dagger. So they'll foul Evan Peters. That'll send the line for 1-1. I think the next game I coach will be my first, but I think Missimo should have taken that shot. You make it, you pretty much put the dagger to your opponent. Now they're sending Evan Peters to the... It should be, sending Evan Peters to the line. He doesn't make this first free throw. Madison Prep kept this down to a 1-possession game.
Couple of philosophies there. Some coaches say that time is more important than the points at this stage of the game. Some say, hey, when you got an easy bucket, take it. So it just kind of depends on what philosophy you subscribe to.
Just barely got the shooter's roll. Jim Brown said it best: when you have a chance to put somebody away, do it.
and he just did it.
Yeah. And he definitely did a lot of that during his 8-year playing career in the NFL. Rick Lazard checking into the ball game. Peters at the line, 59-52. Chunks up a brick. Too bad that didn't happen the first go-round, because this is a 3-possession game as opposed to 2. Dwayne Dinkins trying to hustle. He's in trouble. Span with the ball. He has Garner open. He couldn't see. There's a whistle. Coach Jones forced the call. That might be their last time out.
Might be. But a great timeout by Coach Jones. He's got his young freshman trapped over here in the corner, across the court from the bench. You just don't know what to do. Although Delvin Spann did the right thing. He split the defense, put the ball on the floor, so that's the best case scenario. But Coach Jones just couldn't risk it.
So in the final minute of this game,
Tell you what, I know someone that won't be able to sleep tonight. Number 5, Chad Williams. He's wearing number 4 tonight. But he will not be able to sleep tonight, and he won't rest until he gets back on this court tomorrow.
yeah, definitely with his personality, he's going to feel a need to redeem himself. Dwayne Dankins, nice spin move, still in the paint. Looking, he has Martin. Martin spins on Randall, puts it up off the, ugly shot, off the glass. Jurg Lazar with the read, goes up strong, and just steamrolls Julius Randall, and that's going to be called a charge with 9.82 seconds to go in the ball game.
Time of death.
Yeah, time of death, 9.82 seconds in the fourth. That's going to do it. 3 possessions without having the ball. They're not going to get it back. Jenkins will foul Randall. Randall, I don't think I've seen him miss a free throw shot this whole game.
Now, Coach Jones and the Charger coaching staff is really going to have to regroup here because these Chargers, this is new territory for them. The first loss of the season, not used to this feeling.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they rebound tomorrow and what mentality they come out with.
And he misses the 1-and-1, and Jarrell Martin slaps it out of bounds.
So hopefully they'll blow this off, learn some lessons from this. And actually, it wasn't a bad game by the Chargers. It's just that they're a little outmanned tonight, and that's a very unusual statement for us.
Yeah. You know, when you have the number 1 team in the country, number 1 player in the country on the opposition, it can be a little taxing to try to keep up. But yeah, 7-point loss. I think a very respectable game. You know, the sun will come out tomorrow. And so will the Chargers.
That's right. And the third Louisiana school team has just walked into the gym. Carroll High will play the last of 3 games straight for the Louisiana team. Started off with Scotlandville High, now your Madison Chargers, and now coming up Carroll High. Speaking of Scotlandville, Coach Carlos Sample has agreed to give us a interview. So Eric Hatfield is going to grab him in a few moments, get that interview on his way to Coach Jones, and get the post-game interview from your Madison Charger head basketball coach, Coach Jeffrey Jones.
What are those final stats in our stars real quick?
Final stats while you set up for Coach Sample, because I'm sure he's got to get the Hornets back to the hotel. Final stats. Jarrell Martin ended up with a total of 19 points, 4 rebounds. Julius Randall, number 1 player in the class of 2013, ended up with a total of 28 points and 7 rebounds.
All right, so we'll be back momentarily with our next high school basketball game. Stay tuned.